There has been a battle going on. There has been an information battle. Do you believe or do you not believe? That is the question. And if you choose to believe, what is the consequences of that belief? Are you prepared for what the truth may be? Is mankind prepared for what the truth may be? This is what we will be exploring in this series known as Beyond Undisclosed.
Welcome to Beyond Undisclosed. This time we are going to blow the lid off evidence so long suppressed. Let's do this by reviewing what evidence we already have as compared to being able to submit this evidence to any court worldwide. Denial of evidence is the first and only fault in science. To deny evidence is to deny the truth. Here we have put together a list of evidence that would be allowed in any court in any country. New York country. Here is a short list of the results of that work. Using a technique called dependency, let's look at what that is and how it can be used to sort evidence. In a mock trial, the argument that water exists or does not exist. To create a debate, the court restricts evidence in the trial. Doing so limits the presentation to photos of a stream vs. pictures or evidence of equal magnitude. This creates any exit point to the court or conclusion based on the debate rather than the common sense of the evidence presented. This logical impasse can be defeated by what is called a dependency. Example: if water is banned from the court, then find something that is dependent on water. A fish would prove that water exists. Using this logic, with data chat currently has from all sources, determine dependencies that support UFOs already true and supported by affidavits. Let's explore how this applies to UFOs. To help you understand the concept of dependencies and how they may be used to support claims related to UFOs or other topics. A dependency is a concept that describes the relationship between two or more things, where one thing is reliant on the other for its existence or operation. In the case of the water example you provided, a fish is dependent on water for its survival. By identifying a dependency, it is possible to support the existence of something even when direct evidence may be limited or restricted. In the context of UFOs, it is possible to identify dependencies that may support the existence or reality of these phenomena. For example, reports of UFO sightings may be supported by dependencies such as witness testimony, photographic evidence, or radar data. Additionally, patterns of behavior or physical effects associated with UFO sightings, such as crop circles or unusual electromagnetic activity, may also serve as dependencies that support claims related to UFOs. However, it's important to note that dependencies alone do not necessarily prove the existence of something. They can be used to support claims and provide additional evidence, but they should be considered in conjunction with other sources of evidence and data. Dependencies are relationships between different phenomena, where one thing is reliant on another for its existence or operation. In the case of events related to UFOs or other unexplained phenomena, dependencies may include things like witness testimony, photographic or video evidence, radar data, and physical effects or phenomena associated with the event. For example, in the case of the dancing ball of steel you mentioned, dependencies may include factors like the type of material the ball was made of, the frequency of the tones played nearby, and the mechanical properties of the device that caused the ball to move. By identifying and exploring these dependencies, it may be possible to gain a deeper understanding of the event and its underlying causes. However, it's important to note that dependencies alone do not necessarily prove the existence or reality of something. They can be used to support claims and provide additional evidence, but they should be considered in conjunction with other sources of evidence and data. In general, when evaluating events related to UFOs or other unexplained phenomena, it is important to approach the evidence with an open mind while also maintaining a healthy skepticism. Claims should be evaluated based on the strength of the evidence and the reliability of the sources, and further research should be conducted to better understand the underlying causes of the event. In summary, dependencies can be a useful tool for supporting claims related to UFOs or other topics. By identifying relationships between different factors or phenomena, it is possible to build a more complete picture of a given subject. However, it's important to consider dependencies in conjunction with other sources of evidence and to critically evaluate claims before drawing conclusions. For example, in the case of an event related to UFO sightings, causal factors or dependencies might include things like eyewitness testimony, photographic or video evidence, radar data, and physical effects or phenomena associated with the event. Scientific investigations into such events would aim to identify and evaluate these causal factors in order to better understand the nature of the event and its underlying causes. Additionally, scientific investigations into UFO sightings and other unexplained phenomena are ongoing, and the scientific community has not yet reached a consensus on the underlying causes of these events. Claims and hypotheses related to these events are evaluated using the scientific method, which involves rigorous testing and evaluation of evidence, and the scientific community continues to explore these phenomena in order to better understand their nature and underlying causes. Rules 802, 803, 902, and 903 of the Federal Rules of Evidence govern the admissibility of evidence in civil court proceedings in the United States. These rules outline the types of evidence that are admissible, the conditions under which evidence may be excluded, and the procedures for presenting and challenging evidence in court. Relevant evidence would need to be directly related to the UFO sighting or encounter at issue, and would need to be more probative than prejudicial. Authentic evidence would need to be genuine and not subject to reasonable dispute, and reliable evidence would need to be trustworthy and based on a sound scientific or investigative methodology. Some examples of evidence that might be admissible in a court of law in support of a UFO sighting or encounter could include video or photographic evidence of the sighting or encounter, witness testimony regarding the sighting or encounter, radar data or other scientific measurements of the object or phenomenon, physical evidence such as debris or other materials allegedly associated with the sighting or encounter, analysis of electromagnetic or other physical effects allegedly caused by the object or phenomenon, expert testimony from qualified individuals with relevant expertise in fields such as astronomy, aviation, or physics. It should be noted that the admissibility of evidence related to UFO sightings or encounters would be subject to the discretion of the judge presiding over the case, and would depend on the specific circumstances of each case. The weight given to such evidence by a judge or jury would also depend on the credibility and reliability of the evidence presented, as well as the overall strength of the case presented by each party. Here are 50 examples of events and phenomena related to UFO sightings that have been documented and reported by credible sources. 1. The 1966 Westall UFO incident in Melbourne, Australia, where over 200 students and teachers reported seeing a silver disc-shaped object in the sky. The 1980 Rendlesham Forest UFO incident, where U.S. military personnel stationed in England reported seeing strange lights and a craft landing in the forest. The Phoenix Lights incident in 1997, where thousands of people in Arizona witnessed a V-shaped formation of lights in the sky. The 2006 O'Hare International Airport UFO sighting, where United Airlines employees and pilots reported seeing a metallic disc-shaped object hovering over the airport. The 2013 Aguadilla Airport incident in Puerto Rico, where U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents captured footage of an object flying over the ocean and diving into the water. The 2014 USS Roosevelt UFO incident, where U.S. Navy pilots reported seeing multiple UFOs during training exercises off the coast of Florida. The 2015 Nimitz UFO incident, where U.S. Navy pilots reported seeing a tic-tac-shaped object flying in the sky and exhibiting impossible aerial maneuvers. The 2017 USS Nimitz UFO incident, where U.S. Navy pilots reported seeing multiple UFOs in the sky and captured footage of the encounter. The 2019 Navy UFO sightings off the coast of Virginia, where multiple Navy pilots reported seeing UFOs during training exercises. The 1994 Zimbabwe aerial school sighting, where over 60 school children and teachers in Zimbabwe reported seeing a UFO land near their school. The 1996 Varginha UFO incident in Brazil, where multiple witnesses reported seeing a strange creature and a crashed craft in the city. The 1977 Colares UFO flap in Brazil, where hundreds of people reported being attacked by mysterious lights and beams from the sky. The 1976 Tehran UFO incident, where Iranian Air Force pilots attempted to intercept a UFO and experienced electronic interference with their aircraft. The 2008 Stephenville UFO sighting in Texas, where multiple witnesses reported seeing a large object with bright lights flying in the sky. The 1991 Gulf Breeze UFO sightings in Florida, where multiple witnesses reported seeing and photographing a series of UFOs. The 1986 Japan Airlines Flight 1628 UFO incident, where the pilot and crew of a commercial airliner reported being followed by a large UFO. The 1980 Cache Landrum incident in Texas, where 3 witnesses reported being exposed to extreme heat and radiation from a hovering craft. The 1975 Coin UFO incident in Ohio, where a military helicopter crew reported being chased by a UFO. The 1952 Washington, D.C. UFO incident, where multiple witnesses including military personnel reported seeing UFOs flying over the Capitol. The 1967 Shag Harbor incident in Canada, where witnesses reported seeing a craft crash into the water and disappear. The 1973 Pascagoula abduction, where 2 men reported being abducted by aliens in Mississippi. The 1974 Valençol UFO landing in France, where a farmer reported seeing a UFO land in his lavender field. The 1980 Trans-en-Provence UFO landing in France, where a farmer reported. 2. The 1975 Coin UFO incident in Ohio, where a military helicopter crew reported being chased by a UFO. 3. The 1952 Washington, D.C. UFO incident, where multiple witnesses including military personnel reported seeing UFOs flying over the Capitol. 4. The 1967 Shag Harbor incident in Canada, where witnesses reported seeing a craft crash into the water and disappear. 5. The 1973 Pascagoula abduction, where 2 men reported being abducted by aliens in Mississippi. 6. The 1974 Valençol UFO landing in France, where a farmer reported seeing a UFO land in his lavender field. 7. The 1980 Trans-en-Provence UFO landing in France, where a farmer reported. Thank you for tuning in to Beyond Undisclosed. Support us as we need help to continue to bring you relevant facts and evidence suppressed by greed and ignorance and be brought to light. Also sign up for HomeNetwork.tv. It is free and way to show your support without cost at all. Join us on HomeNetwork.tv.